joined us. You're still on to Enterprise Morning, reaching you from Enterprise Television. Let's get to our conversation for today. The political landscape in Nigeria is witnessing significant realignments as the 2027 general elections approach. Reports indicate a growing trend of defections from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC, involving governors, senators, and all the key political figures. On Wednesday, Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborowori, his predecessor, and PDP's 2023 vice presidential candidate Ifeanyi Okowa, along with all party members in the state, officially defected to the All Progressive Congress (APC). This shift is attributed to internal crises within the PDP, including leadership disputes and factional divisions, which have eroded confidence in the party's stability and electoral viability. Notably, the PDP's inability to present a unified front has prompted some members to seek alignment with the APC, perceived as more cohesive and strategically positioned for the upcoming elections. The situation underscores the urgency for the PDP to address its internal challenges and re-establish itself as the formidable opposition force ahead of the 2027 polls. Stay with us this morning. We have Barrister Tunji Abdul Hamid and Barrister Van Sofeli. Thank you so very much, gentlemen, for hanging on. We truly do appreciate you both. So yes, thank you. So let's start with you, Barrister Tunji Abdul Hamid. How do you feel right about now, especially knowing that you are a card-carrying member of the PDP? It's an institution that has been built for a very long time with lots of vigor, lots of strength, lots of resources. How do you feel right about now, knowing that this same political party is gradually etching away to nothing?
I will not agree with that. The party is heading to nothing. Yes, it's painful. Nobody pray to lose any member of his party or any member of his family group. It's painful in that regard, but for me, it's not unexpected. The sign has been there all this while. So, and that's our the political way in Nigeria. There is no ideology, there is no principle, there is no morality, there is no integrity. That is the kind of politics we play. So I am not surprised that that happened yesterday in Delta State. If you notice, there have been rumors that the governor wants to defect. He has openly supported this administration. He has openly said that he will give his support to the president in 2027, even before he announced his campaign. He was not part of the meeting of the governors when they had their meeting. So the signs are there. So it's not new to me. It's not even surprising to me. But it's just only unfortunate that we don't have people with integrity in our system. We don't have people with a principle in our system. We have people who are only interested in maintaining their structure and power and political gains. Because nobody can tell me, even though I hear the Commissioner for Works and Information or whatever, Mr. Anagulu, saying that it's to give benefit to the people of Delta State. To align, and I wonder, must you be in a governing party before you can give benefit? You can bring benefit to your people, your state. For the past how many years they've been there in that PDP or for about 2 or 3 years. Are they not doing anything to the people? Because they've been in the position for 2 years or 3 now. Is it saying that they are not able to deliver anything? Are you saying the president must, you are not getting your allocation because you belong to PDP? Are you saying you are not getting your IGR because you belong to other party? Are you saying you are not making your money to be able to develop your state? Or must it be the president that will come and attract and do development in your state? Is that what they are saying? Rather than come out and say, well, most people who are gullible, the gullible people who accept them, and they will say it's good for them because the state cannot be in opposition. It is an attempt to just fortify their political gain towards 2027. They are looking for a way to make it easy for themselves to win the election in 2027. That's what they are doing. And some of them, there are so many factors, and some of them are looking for a way to have their sins forgiven, because we are all aware that they said once you join APC, your sins are forgiven. You will see that the allegation or the invitation being sent to the former governor, the vice presidential candidate of the PDP in the last election, will cease now or will reduce, and naturally and eventually it will die naturally. That is what you see now. So that is the essence. The essence is to align and get benefits for their personal political gain, not for the people of Delta State. It's not about politics. It's not about gain to the people. It's about politics. It's unfortunate anyway. I am not surprised about it. I'm only disappointed that it's happening, and that does not mean the end of the party. Yeah, the party may not win an election. Does not mean the end of the party. The people in power today, they were in opposition for how many years? Do they mean they do not exist? The president of today was the one man standing in over how many years ruling, or even before then, he was the only person standing at that time before other people joined him. So it's not abnormal. Mr. Peter Obi contested election under the Labour Party in the last election. He has no sitting governor at that time. He was able to get votes. So it may be difficult for them to for the party to win the election. It may be difficult for them to get the current president on seat. But that does not mean that the party is gone. It's not. Even if the party is gone, let him assume the party is gone. Is it abnormal? No party will stay forever. Even the APC, who are at the top point, become like this, and people will be talking about why is APC like this. Let them leave power. Let them by chance just lose this opportunity, and you will see that there won't be anything like that again. Right. You see, when people talk about there's a problem in the party, that's why we're moving. You as a governor, you as a senator, you as a major stakeholder, you as a former vice presidential candidate, what were your efforts to solve the problem? Nothing. They fold their arms, looking for a way out of it. So if you are talking about the problems, who created the problem? Why are you not also looking for solution to the problem? The vice presidential candidate of the Mr. Dr. Okowa was one of the reasons why the party is where it is today. The same Mr. Okowa is now off to APC. Because if that ticket had been given to Governor Wike then, those crises may not even be like this. Because the effect of the crisis you are seeing in this party, majority are handiworks of Mr. Wike. He's the one putting fire everywhere to ensure that there is no stability.
All right, so, Barrister, just before we get into
who can compromise,
yes,
who are able to for their own benefit, you will see this kind of thing. It will be easy for them to be used. That's what we are seeing today. So nobody.
All right, I think we're having a little bit of a glitch there.
Instability in the party. What were your?
All right, thank you so very much. Just before we get into the internal crisis with the PDP, Barrister Vansufeli, Deltans right now are very divided on what's happening to the government in Delta State. But of course, if we get into history, this is not the first time. In 1951, 20 members of the NCNC defected for obvious reasons. So it is not new. Let's have that stated. But coming from Delta State, what's your take on this? I know there are lots of other internal issues beyond just a party problem. What do you think is the problem?
Well, I think the defection is just a defection for convenience, okay? Those who sacrifice for that political party since inception, Delta State have been in PDP. Since the beginning of the Fourth Republic, there was no time any political party have tried and succeeded in even winning councillorship elections. The only time they had other parties winning 1 or 2 seats, well, you had Zikowa and one other political party, which is a minute thing, which was also orchestrated from people in the PDP, you understand, just to witch hunt. Well, PDP has originally been, Delta State has originally been a PDP state, given that it's from PDP that it grew and took all its fangs. And now it has gotten to the point where certain leaders have emerged who are not ready to work hard to put the party, to make the party to grow as much as it should grow.
Now, when you say certain leaders, you're saying
the governor, yes, the governor Sheriff Oborowori, Sheriff Oborowori, the past former governor Ifeanyi Okowa, the commissioners, including Charles Anyango that is talking. Charles Anyango is my friend. When I was fighting the state government to establish the road that linked my community to neighboring community. He was the commissioner for information then. He was the one hunting me with the governor, with Okowa. I was nearly killed in Asaba. He and they orchestrated that. Today, he's the commissioner for works. I have called him on several occasions to come and look into that same road. They have not been able to do it. Now he's all over the place saying that the reason they defected is so that they'll be able to bring development. Which development have they brought to Delta State? There's no development. We only praise the governor for the bridge, the Ebo Bridge, that leads to Ogwashuku to Ueli. That is the Asaba Ueli Expressway. We had that. Then some bridges and work that's going on in Warri and all that, which we have praised the governor for because he's actually doing what he should do in that regard. But I do not think that it is a defection from PDP to APC that will solidify whatever he has done or is doing. So that excuse is unfounded. So because I heard Ayago yesterday saying for people to bring development to the people, you took a decision without the people's input. You went to you had a closed door meeting without the people's input or whatever. You came out and you say you are taking the decision for the people. Which people? Which people? So this is a selfish decision they have taken. This is the weakest decision I've ever seen. If you have problem in your house, you don't abandon your house and then go join another family and start living with them. They will throw you out. They will still throw you out. If there's problem in PDP, what I expect from its leaders is to come together, identify the problem, work out strategies and ways to resolve the problem, bounce back and get stronger for the next election.
But we can't do all of this. You know, you talked about marriage of convenience here. We can't do all of this when the henchman Okowa has issues. He's been bombarded the left, right, and center with EFCC and so. Don't you think that could be the remote reason why all of this is
Okowa having ruined Delta State? He took the Commonwealth of Delta State, joined forces with Atiku to pursue an elephant project so that he can become the vice president of Nigeria, against his own party's decision. They had the Asaba declaration where they all agreed on what to do.
And what was it?
He pulled out from that. You understand?
Yes.
He pulled out from that agreement and joined forces with Atiku. They had agreed that power should come to the south.
Okay.
Do you understand? The power should come to the south. And the meeting where they had that agreement with Akeredolu and now later Akeredolu said, and all that, they had that meeting and all agreed that power should come to the south. So the PDP had already zoned it to the south. While that was ongoing, he went and met forces with a northerner to go contest the same presidency. And that meeting was held in Asaba. He was the host governor. So is that the kind of person that now he ran into trouble after he took so much loan for that useless project that failed, collapsed on him. And EFCC went after him. Now he has been looking for an escape route since. He's been negotiating, going up and down, looking for how to pull out. The APC saw that weakness and they now called him and negotiated with him to give him a safe haven, to give him soft landing, so that he's able to hold the governor, who used to be his protege, and the commissioners who are all loyal to him, to pull them out. That's what happened. That's just what happened. I'm just telling you. That is exactly what happened. It's for convenience. It's for selfishness. The people of Delta State does not endorse this. They have no hand in what has happened. It is Okowa's imagination and his cohorts. Criminally emptying the state treasury, turning around to find safety, mortgaging the future of the state to the... What is the attraction in APC that is pulling a whole state? Not just the governor, all the commissioners, all the
local government chairman,
councillors, local government chairman, the house members, all of them. What has APC done in this country since they got into power that has brought this attraction that everybody, because according to them, say we want to join the president. What is the president doing? There's no development. There's nothing, no public health care, nothing. The government have not done anything. But just because they have to secure the next phase of their political career, they don't mind throw the people into the bin and all that, throw people under the bus, double cross them, turn around, go and just get what they want. That's exactly what's going on. There is nothing like want to come to the center. Which center? Is the federal government owning Delta State? All the resources and monuments and allocation and all that comes to Delta State, like every other state. Okay, so the state can actually develop on its own without the center.
All right.
Because it's independent.
Yes. Yeah, so while
they are lying.
Yeah, so while we'll talk about that, I just sincerely hope that we have more than enough time, because we'll be taking a look at the legal implications of some of this. Importantly, both of you are lawyers and you understand the rules of engagement here. Barrister, I would love you to speak to what your colleague had said, and you said allegedly on that particular case. So is it that you do not agree with what he said, that Okowa actually siphoned the resources of Delta State for his selfish interest, running as the vice president with Atiku Abubakar?
No, it's not about not agreeing with him. It has not been confirmed. No judgment has been given to that effect. That's why the word allegedly should be used. That's why I put it in that manner. It is an investigation. Tomorrow they will tell you, the same people who are pursuing him will tell you where is the evidence. When you allege them that it was made to camp because of that, they will tell you, where did you see the evidence? Who told you he embezzled any money? Who told you he was corrupt? They will ask you those questions. You can see that is the kind of thing we are playing. We are setting. You will see people who are instigating the invitation, people who are supporting those who instigating the invitation, who have been saying that the man is corrupt, the man is a thief, the man is this and that. The same people today now will be defending the man. They will be telling you the man is being went on, he's being this and that. So that is the kind of system. So that's why I say allegedly, not because I don't know. I have no evidence as to whether or not that is true or it's not true. But we have that allegation against him that has been made. But as long as there is no any judgment yet, there is no any conviction yet, we can't say that he actually took the money or he actually stole the money. That is the point. Right. And let me also say that, look, the Anegu is still is holding two positions now. He's a Minister of Work and Minister of Commissioner for Work and Information as well. He's holding two positions in that capacity, and he's that become a proper politician now. He speaks. He was one of the spokespersons of the president of the presidential campaign team in the last election, and he said, what he said. So many things they said about against this government. So you can see those who believe and trust these politicians and who go and fight and kill themselves because of because they are supporting one party or one candidate. You can see some people have been killed just because of these people before the last election or even after the last election. These same people that they were fighting themselves over are now in the same camp. Wike was angry because he was not choosing, and Okowa was choosing instead. The same Wike has congratulated Okowa for coming to APC. So you can see, I'm just saying this for those who are always fighting and fighting other people, even their friends and family, because of support for one politician or the other.
So, let's please get into the legal implication of what we have here. Our Electoral Act is neither here nor there. No concise information on defection and the implication therein. But I would love you to speak to the legal implication of what we have right here.
The only position that has no concise implication is governor. The governor, there is no any restriction as to whether or not he can defect. Governor can defect without any consequences. But the members of the House of Assembly, the Senate, and the House of Rep, they can only defect if they can establish that there's a division in their party. This division we are talking about must be national. I'm very sure today there is crisis in PDP, but there is no division because there are no two executives. We have only one. The only position that's been disputed is the secretary. That does not mean that secretary is overall it's a division in the party. There is no division. But unfortunately, you see, as it is today now, I'm not even sure there are people who can even pursue litigation against them, the House of Assembly and the what's it called, and the Senate or the Rep in Delta State today, because for you to the governor is moving with them, who will likely bankroll it if they want to do it. The other strong politicians, you remember, Mr. The former governor too, apart from the Okowa, the one before Okowa, their godfather, remember he's also in APC now.
Yes.
So they are all there. So I don't know whether those who remain have the capacity or the muscle to pursue litigation against the House of Assembly member, Senate member, and the House of Rep. Or probably maybe they are still waiting to get more evidence, because you see them now on camera jubilating and saying, even they are being congratulated by the APC member for being their member. If tomorrow now there's a case against them, these same people will come and say they've never defected. They were never our member. They were not part of us. So that's that kind of system. And I'm not even aware. And Supreme Court is one of the people that are causing this problem. I'm not aware. If anybody is aware, you can educate me. I've not seen any provision of the Constitution that gave us the highlights or condition or criteria for you to for when you defect, what you are supposed to do. Whether you are supposed to register at your zone, you are supposed to register at society. There is no procedure to that effect in our law. Even party constitution, they don't have it. So I don't know where the court get their own position that for you to defect, you must have a written letter to your local government. You must have do that. I don't know where they get it. It's not in our law that I know, and that's why I say, if you know, please educate me. Anybody, I'm ready to learn in that regard. But I have searched all our law, electoral law, constitution. There is nowhere where it is stated. The only way what is stated is that a member must be registered. There must be a register of member. The register of member that's what they say. They didn't say when you defect, your name for that defect to be effective. Your name must also first of all go and register at your local level or whichever level. So for me, it's unfortunate that we have our law. The difficulty of enforcing the law is the reason why they are doing this way. I will not be surprised if I didn't see any case against those people in court in Delta State, because they may not, like those who the remainders of the people in PDP today, they may not in Delta State, because they move in full force. The former governor, the former governor, the former senator, rep, House of Assembly, the current one, the commissioner, governors, all of them. So people that remain, I don't know whether they will be able to have the capacity to even pursue any litigation against them. The national body too, I don't know whether they will be interested in doing that, because there are a lot of controversy. They've created that so that whatever they are doing, nobody will be able to challenge that. And that's the plan. Yes. So for me, it is not, what I know is that it's not about people, it's about themselves. And anybody who's deceiving himself and saying they are doing this for the people, it's just a political statement. As far as I'm concerned, it's just like my Mr. Evans said, it's just a political confidence.
All right.
Movement of confidence.
Yes. That's all right. Thank you so very much, Barrister. This is very scary. You know, the pool, the move is scary for anyone. But of course, we talked about litigation and all. Do you think whoever it is that's going to, start up this would have the gusto to want to go against this force?
Yes, there's a need for litigation. But the litigation can only affect the State House of Assembly, because they are the ones whom the Constitution directly impugn that penalty on when they defect without establishing that there is rancor, there is discord in the political party from the National Working Committee, such that the party is unable to function and they are unable to function. In this case, the PDP is not having, there's no division in the PDP. They may have pockets of crisis here and there, but it's not from the center down to the bottom. You understand? So there is no visible conflict or disputes or discord in the party that should have warranted, a defection. So they have a case to answer. There's a prima facie case already established. So I call on the National Working Committee of the party, that's at the federal and the center, because the remnants of what is left in the PDP in Delta State, they will not be able to pursue anything. I know them very well. Once the governor is moving, and most of what they do in PDP in Delta State is politics of hand to mouth, politics of what to eat. And when you have a congregant of people without principles, what they know is what to eat, you will always find this kind of mess around. They don't accommodate radicals, okay, in that political party. People like us, we are decent. Even when we mingle, they make sure that there are things they say they won't want us to do. There are things that they do they won't want us to do. Because on several occasions, I've gone to court. I've taken the governor to court, the previous governor to court. Now, this governor seems to be giving a semblance of good governance, a semblance of it, both in his area, my own area, because the governor that came from Delta North, Okoa, abandoned Ndokwa, didn't do anything. Our fear is that since power was living in Ndokwa, it's going to come back in Ndokwa 16 years after, because it has to go round again. And it's going to come back 16. So I called on him and pleaded. And he heeded the call. He's doing some things in my part. If he had stayed away, nobody would really, because Okowa did nothing.
Nothing?
In Ndokwa, you can ask people on Delta State.
Because
journalists, you can sample.
We've seen a plethora of
No. Yeah, if you are from the state, you will know that what I'm saying. In Ndokwa land is what I'm saying. We are the second largest in Delta State. We are the second largest in oil production. We have the highest, production of gas in the whole of West Africa. In Ndokwa East Okpa. Okay? So when you say Delta State get 13% derivation and all that, it's Ndokwa that is engineering that. Okay? So, but when you start to do project without citing anyone in that, that's what Okowa did. That's what I'm telling you. That we had to take him to court. You understand? To spread development and to send another bill to the State House of Assembly for approval and instruction for approval of funds for projects in that area. That is what we did. You understand? But what he does was just to, but this one is giving us a semblance of that. He's making development a little bit even and spreading it. So it's even the reason we have not even strike. You understand? This defection is just, for me, a distraction, a different thing entirely, which is party politics. Now, which is, for whatever reason best known to them, is to secure their whatever it is. I am calling that the party, institute a case, litigation against the State House member, because
that's if
it's
the party
a
is
State
still
House
in
of
existence.
Assembly.
If the party in Delta State is still in existence.
It's still, even if it's not in existence in Delta, it's still in existence at the center.
Okay, so the center can do it on behalf of the state.
Of course, if you are aggrieved, in a political party, you will take the necessary steps to make sure that those who have wronged the party, are penalized.
Sorry? Yes.
I'm even saying that it's only the national legal advisor that can even file case or defend case on behalf of the party. It's the one that can assign anybody.
Yes,
that is the legal advisor of the state cannot on his own institute action against. Although they are trying to change that narration against the law in Rivers State, when similar case happened, the court is saying that the state have the right to decide the state ESCO. They have the right to on their own institute action. I don't know where they will get the mandate from when the conscience of the party is clear that legal advisor is the only person that determines which case to defend.
Yes, that is why I'm actually calling on the party, because if you are outside the party, you cannot bring such action.
It's politics. And
yes, that is why I'm calling on the party to institute that action.
You cannot.
Because you cannot do it outside the party. The party.
It does not only affect the House of Assembly. It also affects the Senate members and the House of Rep members who are involved in it. But I think the party will be this time around. They will learn their lesson. They will be cautious. They will wait for them to settle down before even if any action is going to be taken. Otherwise, they will not turn around and say no, we are not defected. We can see what happened in Rivers State.
The senator representing my constituency, Delta North, had defected
since a very long time.
A month ago, a month or so ago before this.
Before this.
So he too is affected, and this action must be holistic against them. Because if you don't file actions against them, then more states, more people, they will be defected, and they will, before you know it, they would have turned that provision of the Constitution to nonsense. They will rubbish it, and they will see that.
The problem is not about. Sorry for forgetting. The problem is not only about filing case against them. It's about the result, outcome. Our court is not. For me, I'm disappointed. I won't lie to you. Sometimes it's discouraging when you see a case that is clear and you go to court and the court will come with a different position that is unknown to law. and they will justify it, and then there are people who say we must support it and we must not criticize it. It's the reason why these people are doing this. We don't have consistency in our the judgment delivery these days. What they will say today will be different from what they will say tomorrow. That is the issue. So in other words, our judgment today is now based on who is involved. Or the party involved. That is the issue. So
right,
if you have a situation
Barrister,
you know that once they take you to court, the court will do the meeting. They will not do it.
Now, Barrister, a party, APC party henchman was asked on national television, that was yesterday, if Nigeria is gradually turning into a one-party state, that is the APC, and he denied that. I would love you to maybe state on this particular matter. Do you think Nigeria is gradual? Because Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Omoeno, has declared his support for the APC. He might possibly defect to the APC. Fubara is with the meeting with the president. He might defect to the APC. Is Nigeria gradually turned into a one-party state? And what is the implication of that if it does happen?
It is not for me. I don't believe in Nigeria. I'm one of those who have always been against that position. Because when you say because a governor defects to a party, are you saying the governor is the entire state, and that whatever the governor does is the state that is doing it? It's a political affair. The fact that those people have defected does not mean the entire state are defected. After all, in the last election, it was a lot for PDP to win that election against Labour Party, who has no governance on seat at that time. So for me, we still have Labour Party, we still have PDP, we still have NPP, we still have some other party. So whether or not they will win, it's a different thing. They're saying a one-party state. You are saying, if you say APC is becoming stronger, yes, I will agree. But you say one-party state, it's like saying once my governor in my state defect to a particular party, I automatically become a member of that party. That's what you're saying, and that's not the position. We have seen a state where in the last election we are being controlled by PDP, taken over by some other party. We've seen a state whose governor defected to a particular party or.
And one thing the Delta State governor will need to understand is that now that he has moved to APC, in the next election, he's going to intensify because you have Omagege there, who actually contested the last election with my own cousin, Friday Sanebi, former deputy speaker of the State House of Assembly, Delta State. Now, for 2027, the contest will be intensified.
Between,
Omagege is coming out, and the current governor now, and the other executive, other past who may want to also contest. Need I also remind you that
I tell you, the governor will take tickets. I tell you, just put it on record. That says so. The governor will, in fact,
but the election has not. It's not yet 2027 now.
I'm predicting ahead. I'm telling you that's why I say keep it on record. As at yesterday, he's already been called. He has taken the position of leader of the party in the state of APC in that state. In fact, yesterday, Kiyamo released a statement saying my leader.
I saw it. Yes.
So how will the APC people already laying foundation that have held APC down in Delta State? How would they feel?
They compensate them. What they do? What they do is to compensate them for whatever grievances they will come up with, and they will make everything. They will harmonize everything. That's what they will do. You understand? Need I remind you also that before, because I forgot, before the Delta North senatorial representative in my state, Nedoko, before he defected, Ibori's daughter, who actually was, who is one of the senators, also had defected before, like 5 months ago, thereabout. Okay, so they are just about to. I heard when Ajibola Bashiru, you're talking about his interview yesterday with Shehu Okumbaloye. I heard when Shehu asked him the question, what is the attraction? And truly, it's Nigeria, because you see what President Tinubu did in Lagos, that style of politicking is exactly what he's turning the center into. And if Nigeria ever turns to Lagos, the problem will intensify.
But the reason Lagos was successful is because they have an ideology and mindset that's related to them. Dele Momodu did say that all of those defecting to the APC are not because they love Tinubu, that there would be an implosion waiting.
Yeah, that's,
do you see
that's
that implosion?
that's a possibility.
Yes.
But in the meantime, when the entire country fuses into one track and there's no opposition again, because PDP was not able to sustain opposition. Labour Party, it's only Peter Obi that's speaking, okay? Then the other political parties, they've all fallen apart. There's no strong opposition. Okay, that's why they're able to do all these things they're doing. If they had a strong opposition, perhaps we would have done something significant. But what you now have is everybody rushing after because they want to secure 2027. Now, the political ideology that a party should exercise and hold dear to themselves. When you go to the UK, the Labour Party have a philosophy. Their political parties, they have a philosophy. You know that this is their direction, this is their pattern, this is what they will support.
And they keep to it for centuries.
They keep to it, yes. But here, it's about survival. Even those who are wealthy, in quote, who have money in Nigeria, behave like poor people. A poor man will try to pack, fill his pockets, get extra bags. If you see how when they break warehouses then, when they are scrambling for food, that was the first time I saw a man carry 2 bags of rice, conveniently running with it, the first time. So that's how a poor man will act. And that is the same way the rich act in Nigeria too. To pack. And it's a slavery mentality, scarcity mentality. And with that kind of mentality, this country cannot grow. It's not just about me, you, and no other person, is relevant in the scheme of things. So that kind of politics cannot lift a nation up.
Very, very true. Barrister, just before we let you go, and I'd love to ask you, where do you think Nigeria is, moving towards with the type of politics we have today? Is there a ray of hope? Of course, you said that opposition is still in existence, but without more than enough mechanism financially to make that possible, it's just like it's not in existence. So what kind of politics do we see coming in 2027?
You see, the kind of policy we are going to see may likely resemble the one that happened in 2023. But that can be, if Nigerian people are determined, they can change it.
How?
So that's why I say, that's why I don't
Nigerians are never determined, no. Nigerians are never determined.
That's why I don't believe that, no, I understand what you're saying. I'm not talking practical now, I'm talking textbook suggestion.
But let's talk about practicals here, because it's the same Nigerians that have been suffocated. They can't pay their light bill, they can't take care of themselves, they are hungry, they're looking for the next meal. So let's do practical. Yes.
All things being equal, I'm saying all things being equal, because we are talking about a situation whereby you see Nigerian people are there. All the people who have moved are not the entire state. They are not the entire Nigeria. So if Nigerians decide to vote, if they truly Nigerians are suffering, if truly Nigerians are not enjoying the current administration, they will come.
All right, I think we're having a little.
You see, they were able to manipulate because most people don't come out to participate in it. INEC told us they have 80 million registered voters. The last election, how many people voted? We were told 25 or 20 million Nigerians voted. So in that regard, if Nigerians are seriously interested in taking back their country, and they are all determined, and they all look just like what happened in the last election. If you tell me Mr. Peter Obi would take 2 million votes, I will tell you it's a lie. But I was surprised. In fact, I was even saying it on TV that I will be surprised. I will be surprised if Mr. Peter Obi will score 1 million votes. Then, to my surprise, he scored 6 million plus. So that is the determination I'm talking about. In fact, in my estate, that I don't even see one poster. We have over 30 polling units. He cleared everything, and I don't see one poster for Mr. Peter Obi in that estate. So if we are determined, that's what I'm saying, and we see ourselves as the real opposition, and leaving the politician and try to see, look, alternative among those people that are coming. Unfortunately,
all right, I think we're still having a little bit of a glitch there. We do not know how this would. Yes, Barrister.
Different from you. If you are talking about party not being stable in a political party, Mr. Peter is also has that record. He said he will never leave Abga. He left Abga for which party? for another party. He said he left for PDP. He left PDP for Labour Party. He himself and Atiku are almost in the same category in that regard. Seeking for what? Seeking for how to win the election. So that's why I say they are all the same. Because if you are truly interested in that, and that's why that alliance or coalition may not work. The PDP as an opposition as well. The governors, because of their own personal interests, they are all coming together and talking as if they are talking in the interest of the nation. Meanwhile, they are talking because they want to be candidates. They are taking the share they are taking because they want to just be on record as a former presidential candidate, not winning election, not minding whether or not the party win. So these are the issue on ground. But if Nigerian people are determined and say, look, this is the person that we are going for, or this is the person that can change that can at least to alternative to the government in power, we can get it right. So he's saying there is no opposition. There is opposition. Nigerians are opposition who are not politicians. They also have the right to also take all government to account. So if Nigerian people are interested in holding government to account and in checkmating the government, they will get results. Therefore, well, the issue is that we make everything for the politicians and we see it as a political issue, and everybody should just determine.
All right.
What this candidate.
Yeah, thank you so very much, Barrister. We truly do hope and believe that Nigerians will be the right form of opposition at this point, because I truly do not know if Nigerians, like you rightly said, would be more than enough opposition, knowing that there's hunger in the land, knowing that they can't afford the basic means of livelihood. We truly do hope. INEC is preparing for the possibility of voting without the PVC card. We do not know how transparent that will be, if that will galvanize the opposition that you are talking about. We truly do hope it works that way. I don't know, but that's just about the time we have. Yes.
I will not support that. That will make manipulation very easy in Nigerian politics. It's going to be very easy to manipulate when you don't have voters card and you are coming to vote. Even when we have voters card, they are manipulating. We have BFAs, what they call it. We are manipulating. Now that you are using no card, I don't think we are right for that.
All right. Yeah, okay. Let's just see how it goes and hope that everything turns out all right. Thank you so very much, Barrister Vansofeli, for being here.
It's my pleasure.
Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, thank you so very much, as always, for being here. We truly do appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. It's my privilege to be with you.
All right, so that's just about the time we have for today. We'd love to say thank you once more for making this picture complete. We truly do appreciate you. Please do well to visit us if you may. You can always find us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. I am Henry Igwebike. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.